there is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
We're back.
Hey.
Who can get louder?
Welcome to the Purple Pill Lounge.
Welcome. You've made an excellent choice.
You made an excellent choice. Welcome to the Purple Pill Lounge.
Yeah.
I'm your host. I'm the code. This is the co-pilot, Tim Bot Dogs.
Bot Dog.
And we're about ready to do a little ASMR. Welcome back, everybody. Yes, I know it's been a little bit. We got a new episode for you. Purple Pill Show.
What's this about? What's this episode?
What's this about? What the hell is this?
What am I doing
effing
back
thing
here?
About?
Why are we here?
What am I doing back here? This is the show where we suspend our beliefs. That's the first thing we have to do because
we're
completely insane. So suspend your beliefs on what was and what is, and we use our imagination on what is and what could be, because there is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. And it's the dimension of imagination, as Rod Serling tells us. And then we have a little...
it's right here. It's readily available.
It's right here, right now. Right here, right now.
Yeah.
Watching the world wake
Who is
up
that?
from history.
Is that Jesus Jones?
Yeah, the only good song they made.
Oh, my gosh.
You might have one
That's
other
great.
one. This song is called Changing the Past.
Really?
Wasn't that what we decided? Changing the Past?
Yeah, I love that title.
Or did we word it differently?
No, that's it.
It's Changing the Past, right?
That's it.
Okay. So it's Changing the Past, and it's going to be a doozy.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a bit of a...
I didn't know we could do that.
It's going to be a
It's
bit
the
of a...
past.
Yeah. Well,
the past is the past. I mean, that's a saying.
I mean, 88 miles, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour.
Are you talking about time travel?
Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it right now.
Right here.
Right here, right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be the topic. But first, we got to cover a couple of... give you guys an update. This one's big. This one scares everybody I tell. Terrifies them. I don't know if it does. They actually get angry. People get angry when I talk about this. So
about what?
This is going to be the Mandela Effect update.
Oh, yeah.
Mandela Effect update. Here we go. You're looking. You have a pained look on your face. Why? Are you scared too?
No.
You're about to get angry?
I was just thinking, why would someone get angry about something?
Right.
And then you said Mandela Effect. And I was like, I know a lot of people that get angry about just the concept, everything about a Mandela Effect.
Well,
they're just like...
I mean, I've talked to people about it, and then they see where I'm coming from on this. Jiffy.
Yeah.
It was definitely Jiffy. Okay. And so then they're like, oh, yeah, it was. And then when I tell them that it's never been Jiffy, and it's always been Jiff, according to the Matrix, they get angry.
You're wrong.
They start getting angry.
You're wrong.
They're like,
they want to fight you.
Yeah. They get angry or they go, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Yeah, right.
So, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, the wife and I, periodically throughout, I think it happens once or twice a year. You talk about the fact that, the blood in your veins is blue,
Yeah.
unless you get a cut and then the oxygen hits the blood and it turns red. And this is something everyone has learned throughout their lives. Elementary school, high school, college. I mean, it's just repeat. You can see the blue if you look at your veins, like in your hand, wherever you can, actually see one of your veins, you can tell it's blue in there.
Yeah.
It's clearly blue. Everyone knows that blood is blue. Blue bloods, right? We've heard the term. And so apparently we've shifted to a new timeline, which in my opinion, all the Mandela effects are great because it shows that we're shifting to different timelines.
Right.
Okay. So, I mean,
it's residue.
I don't see why this has to be a negative or make people feel uncomfortable because it's a waypoint. It's a sign that we are shifting. Yeah. Where are we shifting to? We're shifting to the kingdom. We're trying to bring the kingdom to earth. We're shifting to the fifth dimension. Another dimension. The Hollywood portal.
Yeah.
We saw King Giz at the Hollywood portal, and they did a Beastie Boy rap.
It was too much.
It was too much. Another dimension.
That show.
Oh my God.
It was too much.
They're the best.
For real.
They're the current. Yeah, it was too much. It was too much. It was 3.5 hours.
They're just the best.
Of absolute musical insanity in the best way possible. They're better than Frank Zappa. I mean, I don't want to get too controversial, but I mean, they're up there. It's just wild. Anyway, so the Mandela effect, apparently the update is that our blood is not blue, nor has it ever been blue, and we're all whacked out of our minds, apparently. Anyone that believes or knows that their blood is blue is when it's in your veins before it, hits oxygen when you get cut or whatever. Mm-hmm. Anyone who thinks that it's blue, you're totally wrong, according to the Truman Show, the Matrix, the system. It says, no, everyone is I haven't met a person that I've asked this question. Hey, what color is our blood when it's in our veins? Every single person I've asked, and it must be now 10 people, have said blue. And I agree, it's blue. But according to the system, it's not blue, never has been blue. And so I was talking to my wife, and periodically throughout the year, we tell our children that our blood's blue, everything else. So when I saw this new update, that our blood isn't blue now, and it's always been red, I immediately brought it to her, and she just got she was like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. And no, you must be wrong. You must be reading something wrong. And oh God, are we going to, the whole thing.
I remember when I was younger, even hearing black.
Wow.
That your blood was black or blue. Dark. It was darker. And I remember tripping out as a kid because every time I cut myself, it was red.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid, finding out it was not red was shocking. That's why everyone remembers this.
Yes.
That's why everyone remembers that your blood is blue in your veins, because when they heard that it becomes red only after, it's shocking when you're a kid.
Yeah. I remember looking at whoever, my mom or the doctor, going, "Are you insane?"
Right. You've got to be kidding.
I'll cut myself right now and show you it's red.
Are we aliens? What's happening?
Yeah, for real. I remember thinking that.
So she got pretty aggravated. Yeah. And so I just dropped it. Who cares?
Right.
It makes people feel uncomfortable. I won't bring it up.
Yeah.
But I'll damn straight bring it up on my podcast. That's for sure. On our podcast.
We're going to make everybody uncomfortable.
So I figured, so I just dropped it, but I looked it up later because I'm like, all right, I'm going to wait a week and then I'm going to send her this link to this, Medical News Today.
Yeah.
medicalnewstoday.com.
Mm-hmm.
The headline is Blood Actually Blue. And here it is. All blood in the human body is red in color. It is untrue that deoxygenated blood is blue. Boom. There, I know you're already. You see,
I'm scratching my head.
You're getting aggravated. I just read it now, and now you're feeling uncomfortable. You're getting aggravated. You look aggravated.
I'm scratching my head and I'm looking at you.
This has got to be nuts.
Yeah.
This isn't true. Blood is blue. In your veins, it's blue. Look under the light right now. Turn on your phone light. Get it close to any vein you can see. And look at the effing thing. It's blue. It even looks like greenish blue.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, for sure.
come on, dude.
Most of mine are collapsed. I can't find them. I'm having a hard time finding them.
Most of mine are collapsed. Oh, poor Tim. 5 years sober, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Most of mine are collapsed. Don't say that on the air. Whatever. You're better now.
We can edit that out.
You're all better now.
Whatever, dude. I need an ultrasound to take blood. Dude. It's not a big deal.
What?
It's not a big deal.
They can't even find your veins to draw blood anymore because they're all collapsed.
The phlebotomist has to be very talented.
The phlebotomist?
Yeah.
Wow. All blood. Medical news today.
It's blue or black. It's dark. It's not red.
Look,
I'm
dude,
telling you that.
I know. All blood. I love this. I love this authority of the way they write these things. All blood in the human body is red in color. It is untrue that deoxygenated blood is blue. I mean, why write it like that?
That's really aggressive.
Man. Okay. I love how the article name is blood actually blue? Question mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then
nice.
Yeah. And then this hotel, I'll be right.
Right.
All blood in the human body is red in color. It is untrue that deoxygenated blood is blue. It is untrue. What color is blood? Human blood contains hemoglobin, blah, blah, blah. So there it is. We're on a timeline now where the blood is it's not blue and it's never been blue. And why do you think it's blue? Why does everyone I've spoken with say it's blue? We told our kid it's blue. We told our kids their blood in their veins is blue. I haven't told them that this new reality is, it's red. Sorry, I was wrong. I'm not going to tell them. Because it is blue.
You can see it.
Right. That's why I like this. That's why I like this Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Because the residue is me. It's me right now looking at my veins. And look at this one. Cody's always had the big bulging veins in his arms.
Yeah.
What is that? And just what color is that? From right here it's green.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's like greenish blue, right?
Too. Yeah.
So that means it's blue.
It's certainly not red.
It's certainly not red. You can see the color.
So in this article, does it go on to say it's your veins that are blue or green?
It says. Oh yeah.
Is it?
Here we go.
Is that?
Although because it knows we're gonna look.
Of course.
Right, so it's got to spin that right out of it. Yeah, it's got to spin that, right? Although veins appear blue through the skin, blood is not blue. Oh, that's why we thought it was. The reason why veins might seem to be blue may have to do with the level of oxygen in the blood. So, what?
So it just immediately goes to gaslighting you.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. But I can see that it's blue.
Right.
Nope. Although veins appear blue through the skin, blood is not blue. So it's the veins that appear blue, not blood.
Yeah.
It's just the veins, not the blood.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I guess I was wrong. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Just full gaslight. But I can see it. I can see that it's blue. No, you can't. That's just your veins.
And your oxygen level.
Yeah. And
playing a trick on you.
The reason why, everything's playing. Yeah, don't believe your lying eyes.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. Mandela effect. Okay, here's the second one. Mandela effect. Okay. You answer the question, okay? I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Richard Simmons. Everyone loves him.
Okay? Yeah, sweating to the oldies.
Yep, sweating to the oldies. Helping a bunch of good-looking moms lose weight.
Yeah. Forever.
Right? His whole career.
Wasn't he one of the first faces of the
workout movement?
Well, I know that, like growing up, but like a Jenny Craig type thing, like a frozen food diet type thing.
No,
he never had that.
He just did the workout videos.
Yeah,
Okay.
They were always on TV when I was a kid.
Nice guy, right? Does Richard Simmons, remember that he has the big afro hair, curly, kind of afro-ish?
Yes.
His 70s, early 80s, right? Short shorts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tank
Great legs.
top.
Does he wear a headband?
Yes.
Yes. That's what accentuates his afro.
Because he's sweating a lot to
Right.
the oldies.
Right. That's what, and it
Right.
accentuates that afro. It looks funny.
Yeah.
He wears a headband. It's one of his signature looks.
Yeah, I kind of see it now. Didn't he have like a receding hairline in the front?
Yeah.
Big frizzy
Yeah.
brown hair with a headband.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the reason his hair is so big maybe is because that little bit of receding in the front. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, what about him?
no.
Did he?
No. Apparently, he never wore a headband. Ever.
For real?
Not even once. In any of his public appearances.
He's never worn.
He's never worn a headband. In any of his public appearances, not sweating to the oldies, nothing. However, the residue we have from the old, so in this timeline, he doesn't wear a headband, but the residue that we have is that if you look up Richard Simmons' costume on Amazon right now for Halloween, Richard Simmons' costume.
Oh, yeah, they got those.
They got the headband.
For real?
Yes, I believe it comes.
Why would they put it in his costume if
he never wore one? Exactly. Exactly. So that's the Mandela update for those two. Your blood has never been blue. It's red all the time. So whatever we learned in 8 years of school, it's all wrong. Right, more than 8 years, right? Let's see, 12 years of school. I better go back to school. Okay.
Hey, I remember missing school and seeing Richard Simmons on the TV when I
Yeah,
stayed
right.
home.
Yeah, right.
Maybe.
After The Price is Right.
Yeah. He was always
he's always on there.
exercising.
Yeah. So, yeah, Richard Simmons. Okay, so that's the Mandela update. All right. Now we're going to move to spiritual friends. Spiritual friends, the spiritual friends. This is such a... I get these spiritual friends updates in my email.
Yeah.
And they're always on point, dude. These things are freaking on point. This lady in particular is just so cool. Anyway, she's from the 5D movement. And this is her update for September. And it's called Victory is Ours.
Yeah.
September 2nd. All right. Now, before I read this, I want to preface it all by saying that, God is all things and in all ways. And,
right.
So you're going to hear some terminology that is different than the terminology we use, other people use, but it's all the same. And the overall message is 100%. I mean, it's Holy Spirit all the way. But, a lot of the spiritual friends, they like to talk about the divine feminine, the divine masculine. They call God, Father, Mother God. And sometimes people with Christian background or, just a patriarchal kind of upbringing in this country and in Western world in general makes, calling it divine mother, calling God a feminine term at all, it makes people feel uncomfortable. So I just wanted to let, like when the Holy Spirit came to me, it's a definite, gentler, more feminine type of quality. It's still the master that I've known my whole life, but it is more of a feminine quality. And even Solomon calls the Holy Spirit.
It's a gentle.
It's very gentle. It's very feminine.
Right.
And Solomon refers to the Spirit as feminine too in the Bible. But And why wouldn't that be? Everyone has a masculine and feminine side to them. You do. You have a masculine and a feminine side.
Mm-hmm.
I have a masculine and feminine side. So everyone does. Why wouldn't God?
Right.
We're his children. We're made in his image. Why wouldn't he have a feminine side too? So when I say the term, father, mother, just know that we're just talking about
a higher power.
We're talking about God, and we're talking about the different qualities. And
Right.
there's a feminine quality to God too, like his enduring love and, come as you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's also the protector and all these other masculine type of things as well. But so I just want to preface that, because there's going to be some terminology that's a little bit different. But I just love this message. So it's called Victory is Ours, September 2nd.
Referencing what? What's...
Oh, it's giving us an update on the year, what's ahead, what just happened, from a fifth dimension type of, from the kingdom of heaven type viewpoint.
Okay.
All right. So this is what it says. The latent abilities encoded within humanity's 12 fifth dimensional crystalline solar strands of DNA have now been activated. This activation was possible due to the monumental activities of light that were co-created through the unified efforts of every person's I am presence and the entire company of heaven during the first 8 months of 2023. These latent abilities reverberate with sacred knowledge that contains viable solutions for the myriad surfacing maladies plaguing humanity, the elemental kingdom and Mother Earth at this time. This sacred knowledge is flowing into the divinity of our heart flames and being slowly revealed to our conscious minds as an intuitive inner knowing. I mean, is this home run so far?
Yeah.
This is like my download I got 2 years ago, right? And I've been saying, in one of the previous episodes, I said, if it's happening to me,
It's happening to others.
it's going to happen, and it happened to you. It's going to happen to everybody eventually. And this is part of it. That was 2 years ago for me. And before that, it was another year for you. And so it's just going to keep going. So this is great news. Our Father, Mother, God have acknowledged that the magnitude of just what this means for each of us in our ascension process is truly beyond the comprehension of our finite minds at this moment. However, we are being assured that this lack of comprehension is a very temporary situation that is being remedied moment by moment as our I am presence translates into our conscious minds the profound truth being released from the newly activated codes in our fifth dimensional DNA. A vitally important facet of this profound truth is that humanity en masse has reached a frequency of energy, vibration, and consciousness that has allowed our Father, Mother, God to open a portal to our Mother God's comprehensive divine love within every person's fifth dimensional crystalline solar heart of hearts. And this is referring to, if your 3D body has strands of DNA, then your fifth dimensional body, your spirit body, has strands of DNA too.
Okay.
The love of our Mother God that is now flowing through this portal has burst the paralyzing grip of the energetic attachments, the bonds, traps, cords, and connections that have been used by forces outside of ourselves to manipulate and control us for eons of time. The nefarious intent of this now failed effort was to prevent us from connecting with our I am presence in the company of heaven after our fall from grace. What our Father, Mother, God wants us to fully comprehend at this moment is that all of the sons and daughters of God embodied on earth have now been cut free from this interference. We are now able to hear the inner voice of our I am presence unimpeded by the frantic attempts of the forces of imbalance to prevent it. All we have to do to tangibly experience this truth is take the time to go within and to listen.
Nice.
I mean, that's beautiful. And this goes hand in hand with the downloads in the
Just be
previous
open
episodes.
and willing, man. Go
Right?
within or go without.
All of the
Let's
sons
go.
and daughters of God embodied on earth have now been cut free from this. So right there, sons and daughters of God. We're all of us, right? The most effective way these forces of imbalance have used these attachments to manipulate us into being their pawns is through fear, anger, hate, and convincing us that we are victims and that other people are the reason we are suffering. Our godparents have once again proclaimed that nothing could be further from the truth. In order to reclaim our sovereignty and accept the opportunities at hand. We must now transcend the lies we have been manipulated into believing and focus on the reality of who we truly are and why we are here. I mean, that's in our trailer. Remembering who we are together.
It is.
Right? Our Father.
Yeah.
So, this all happened before. Then over time, I've stumbled upon these spiritual friends. I mean, the message I received and the message that I'm reading here is like
The same.
I mean, it's just crazy. I love it. Our Father, Mother, God have given us a glimpse of that truth. Please let these words resonate in the deepest recesses of your heart. This is the truth about you. A quote from our Father, Mother, God. You are a precious and beloved child of God. Your unique golden thread of life confirms your divinity and reveals the reality that you are an essential part of Earth's ascension in the light. This knowing will renew your faith in yourself and will remind you that you are a priceless human being. Once this realization truly registers in your heart and your conscious mind, you will never again say, "What could I possibly achieve? What value am I? What difference will one soul make?" You will recognize those words to be a sacrilege. We are your Father, Mother, God. We created you, and we have chosen to express some beautiful manifestation of life through you. You are destined to fulfill a portion of the glorious divine plan unfolding on planet Earth. Now is the time for you to release the unique perfume and music of your being to bless all life. The purity of your individual fragrance and keynote is unlike any other ever released by the evolving sons and daughters of God. Something sacred is hidden within your being that has never been known by another. It is an exquisite expression of life which your I Am presence alone can externalize. It is time for you to accept this divine truth. It is time for you to stand revealed as your mighty I Am presence grown to full stature. And so it is. And then, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Right? I got this, this is like in the first year of the download that I received. I got this I Am tattoo, and then it's I Am everywhere. Now that we have been cut free from the bonds and manipulation of all past interference, and that's going to dovetail nicely with our topic too. Now that we have been cut free from the bonds of and manipulation of all past interference, knowing that the following information is the sacred knowledge our I Am presence and the company of heaven want us to remember at this time in order for us to transcend the illusion of being a victim. As you read these words, allow them to resonate within the emerald green flame of truth that is pulsating in your heart flame. I am a co-creator with my Father, Mother, God. All energy, every atomic and subatomic particle and wave of life comes from the all-encompassing presence of my Father, Mother, God, the cosmic I Am, all that is. Everything that seems like solid matter is actually pulsating with divine intelligent energy from the very heart of my Father, Mother, God, which is the core of creation. We just talked about this.
It sounds like
4 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Right? We were
It's a
talking
lot
about
of stuff that we talked about.
Dude, I know. That's why I had to read it. The purpose of my earthly existence is to learn how to become a co-creator with my Father, Mother, God, using the divinely intelligent energy from my prana and my life force, which is my gift of life. This is accomplished with every breath I take through my free will choices and how I decide to use my creative faculties of thought and feeling to form previously unknown patterns of perfection from within the causal body of God. Right? Through my I Am presence, I am open and receptive to the divine directives of God. Yeah, this next part is like
Didn't we have an episode?
Yeah, right?
Who am I am?
Yes.
No, we have that episode.
Yeah, we do.
About creating.
Proof that there's synchronization. Yeah,
Right.
and co-creating. Right.
Right.
Now, this next part is almost like an affirmation you should say every day in the morning. Through my I Am presence, I am open and receptive to the divine directives of God. With the activation of the latent abilities in my 12 fifth-dimensional crystalline solar strands of DNA, I am now able to comprehend a higher level of sacred knowledge. I now understand my divine mission with a new clarity. There is an awakening taking place within my heart flame, and I am now recognizing my responsibility for the conditions existing in my life and on earth. I remember deep within that through the universal law of the circle, I am a co-creator of the physical plane. My thoughts, words, actions, and feelings are projected onto the atomic substance of physical matter, and they manifest in physical form.
Wow.
As my life force flows through me, every electron picks up the vibrations of my consciousness and then expresses those vibrations in visible form, experiences, and circumstances. That means that whatever I am thinking about and whatever I put my feelings and energy into, I am bringing into form. In other words, where my attention is, there I am. Because of the confusion and interference I have experienced in the past, I have given power to physical matter. I have allowed the distorted manifestations of physical matter to become my reality, when, in truth, it is only an illusion created by my beliefs, thoughts, words, actions, and feelings. I know, you can't believe what I'm reading.
I'm out of here.
I know, right?
I can't do
Right?
this.
Does this person listen to the show or what?
They have
What the
to.
hell is going on here?
We have episodes on all this.
They got the
Frequency, vibration.
I mean, they got the same download. That's how I know it's Holy Spirit.
Beliefs.
All this is synchronizing perfectly.
Right.
I now realize with my new level of understanding and clarity that physical matter is nothing more than a mass of atomic energy controlled by my consciousness and manifesting through my thoughts and feelings. Never does matter control consciousness. I think on the last episode, we were talking about consciousness precedes matter, always, right?
Yes,
I can't verify
we did.
you and all this other
Yes.
stuff. Okay. My world reflects my human consciousness. In the past, I have set about trying to change the physical conditions in my world instead of changing my consciousness. Those conditions are only the reflection of my consciousness. Trying to change physical conditions without changing my consciousness is like trying to change the reflection in a mirror without changing the object causing the reflection. It is a futile effort.
Right.
Now, I am one with my I am presence. My consciousness is rising. My transfiguration is occurring subtly and deeply at an atomic cellular level. The seed of awareness is growing within me through the sacred knowledge being revealed within the newly activated codes in my fifth dimensional crystalline solar strands of DNA. The sacred knowledge being revealed. Remember, I'm like, I got some kind of sacred knowledge. I called it ancient knowledge.
Yeah, you
I got
did.
some kind of ancient knowledge downloaded.
Yes.
And then here we... Okay.
This person just said the same thing.
I know. This seed of awareness is blazing like the sun and radiating forth crystalline rays of fifth dimensional solar light. My heart flame is expanding, and the flame of my Mother God's comprehensive divine love, which is now flowing through the newly opened portal within my fifth dimensional crystalline solar heart of hearts, is expanding as well. My Mother God's flame of comprehensive divine love is now flowing through my heart and connecting with the same flame blazing in the heart of every man, woman, and child on earth. This activity of light is greatly empowering the force field around the planet that is Mother Earth's fifth dimensional crystalline solar grid of comprehensive divine love. My Father, Mother God have revealed that the collective radiance of the network of light formed by our Mother God's comprehensive divine love is unifying and connecting the heart flames of all humanity. They have also revealed that this network of humanity's unified hearts is the most powerful force of love on the planet. This has created a bridge of light that spans the abyss from the lowest octaves of human suffering and consciousness into the highest realms of illumined truth and limitless physical perfection associated with the solar new earth. This is the bridge to freedom over which all of the sons and daughters of God who have been entrapped and enslaved by forces outside of ourselves for myriad lifetimes are at long last able to safely ascend up the spiral of evolution now that we have been cut free.
Oh, that's huge.
I know. Remember, and I was saying on like...
Trapped by the forces outside of ourselves.
Right.
That was so sick.
That was sick, right?
Yeah.
With my heart flame united with the heart flame of every person on earth and my light blazing through Mother Earth's crystalline solar grid of comprehensive divine love, I realize that I am now being presented with unparalleled opportunities to be an instrument of God. In deep humility, I accept these opportunities. My heart is now unified with all of the sons and daughters of God evolving on earth. Once again, I experience the bliss of knowing that we are one and that love is all there is. Knowing this profound truth evokes from within the deepest recesses of my being a reverent feeling of infinite gratitude. And so it is, beloved, I am that I am. Dear one, allow this sacred knowledge to resonate within your heart flame and know that you are holding the sacred space for the awakening, not only for yourself, but for all of your sisters and brothers in the family of humanity as well. God bless you. Patricia Cota Robles.
When was this?
September 2nd.
What year?
The title is Victory is Ours this year.
Wow.
September 2nd. Just gorgeous. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's all true. I mean, we have a whole podcast. We have 2 seasons
that's
about
why
it.
we're here.
Right.
I mean, everybody gets the download. You all get there eventually.
Yeah. Whether you want to accept it, listen to it.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah,
Everybody
whether you
gets
like it.
what you know what? It's funny that she mentioned that at the beginning. She was saying, what could one soul possibly do or change anything? And it's like, well, it does. If we're all united.
Right.
That one
Anchoring
adds up.
it in.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Remember on one of our other episodes, our whole thing for this podcast, just the intention of wanting to change the way you look at things, to change and love your neighbor and love yourself and forgive yourself. That intention alone just shoots out. We already proved it with the
vibrations.
Yeah, right. And they all reverberate.
Yeah.
Right. And all of our energies, there's always an energy exchange.
Sure.
So that is what can one soul do? One soul can do it all.
Yeah.
Do everything. And
then the mountain.
Right. With a
for real though.
Grain of with a size of a mustard seed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe. Love that. Oh.
If we're all united.
Right.
If we're all connected.
That's what we're trying to do.
Right.
And the more people that get the download, they're immediately tapping into this ancient knowledge. It's not like you have to read this article to learn that. It just comes to you. You just know these things innately. You've tried everything else. The hatred, jealousy, anger,
tried it all and
apathy.
hit the wall.
Yeah, we tried it all and hit the wall. I mean, that's all there is to it. So, I mean, and I think one of the other episodes too, when I meditate, one of the first things I do is I imagine light coming from me and shooting all over my neighborhood. And then from there, shooting all over the world. And I just envision it. I envision the light coming out of my heart and into my entire neighborhood. And from there into the entire world. And I do that frequently when I meditate. And I've been back on it lately too. You get off and on. It's just one of those things. But I've been on it for probably the past month, pretty good. And before that, I was really consistent. It's all about consistency. And so what that does is that anchors in the light. It anchors in the belief,
right,
that this is happening, and then that reverberates. And that's why we need each of we're all family. We're sons and daughters of God, and He lives within us. So we've got to be united in the sense of we got to bring this down. We got to hold it here.
Yeah.
So we can manifest the kingdom on earth, and it's coming.
It's time to get to change the past. Dude, I thought it was a boat. I didn't know what it was.
Tim heard a motorcycle and then realized the window's been open for most of the show, and you guys could hear the crickets the whole time. No, I can't hear the crickets at all now.
Well, I closed the window. Where's that?
Now
fan?
I miss the crickets. Yeah. Now we're gonna turn on. No, don't. Just forget it.
Where's the fan?
The fan's down here.
No,
but you want to hear the fan?
We're just screwed.
Oh boy. Okay, now we're gonna get to the topic, and we're gonna start off with another spiritual friend, our favorite, right?
Changing the past.
One of them.
It's not possible. It's already happened.
Changing the past. And okay, we're gonna start off with this clip. All right, here we go.
I call revision, and revision results in repeal. Changing our lives means changing the past. The first act of correction or cure is always revise. If the past is recreated into the present, so will the revised past be recreated into the present. Remember my claims for imagining. Imagining creates reality. What it makes, it can unmake. We cannot leave behind us the mistakes of our past. for nothing disappears. Everything that has been is still in existence. The past still exists, and it gives and still gives its results. Man must go back in memory, seek for and destroy the causes of evil, however far back they lie. This going into the past and replaying a scene of the past in imagination as it ought to have been played the first time, I call revision. And revision results in repeal. Changing our lives means changing the past. The first act of correction or cure is always revise. If the past is recreated into the present, so will the revised past be recreated into the present. Remember my claims for imagining. Imagining creates reality. What it makes,
Who's this?
Okay. So that was Neville. That was Neville Goddard. Oh, we just love him, don't we? What a sweetheart.
That was just phenomenal.
It was. Okay.
I call this a revision.
Yeah. So
We're just going to change it in your imagination. We're just going to revise it.
right.
And it's going to reveal a new now.
Right.
What?
Okay. So when you first start down this journey, okay, and even like in therapy, the whole idea is you got to forgive yourself for your mistakes, right?
Well, yeah, you go in
Sure. You got
inside.
you gotta-
start peeling the layers and figure out the problem. Get to
Right.
the root of the problem.
Okay. And so that's great. But what I think it misses is that we're still operating from those emotions that happened, okay?
Yes.
And then a lot of things, okay, and the other side of that is like when you start this spiritual quest, you kind of, you get rid of the past no longer exists, right? There's only right now.
Right.
And that gets you going in a good direction, okay? It's
It's
great. But as we're getting more advanced, as we go further and further down this spiritual highway, we got to remember quantum theory, quantum physics too. We got to remember that the past, the present, and the future always exist at the same time. Always, right now. And so if the past exists now, and what does that look like? That looks like this. I had the worst fourth grade teacher ever. I mean, she was abusive. She was verbally and emotionally abusive to me. She would get in my face, so close, like almost her nose touching me. And she would say the most horrendous things to me.
Are you serious?
Yes. You're never gonna blah, blah, blah.
At Macy?
Yeah. No, not at Macy, at Ocean View
Wow.
in Whittier.
Yeah.
And she'd wait until all the kids were out at lunch. Cody, stay back. And then she'd get in my face
No.
and say horrible things to me. So anyway, I really soured on school and soured on teachers, and it just kind of followed me around.
Oh yeah.
And so people have other experiences worse than that,
Yeah. I've heard.
My wife had not the best upbringing, and your upbringing could have been better, So anyway, what it looks like is how does the past exist that we can conceptualize it? Well, we can conceptualize it by, I just told you that story, right? Mm-hmm. And I told it, and I could go even into more detail, what I was wearing, what she wearing, what her perfume smelled like, what the classroom looked like if I wanted to. And so when I bring that story up, a certain amount of emotions get brought up too. And I start reliving. My body does not know that the past is, all it knows is I am reliving something, whether I can see it and whether I'm feeling it. It's like when you get in a bad car accident. Two people, sometimes they get PTSD. They're in a war, they get PTSD, or they get in a car accident and they don't want to be in a car anymore with anybody.
Yeah.
It freaks them out. And it's not like they're not in an accident right now. Why are they freaking out? Well, because they're reliving the emotions of the accident. So from on a body level, on a physical level, you are, you're not flying out the windshield on the car accident, but you are putting your body through this similar trauma as the original accident.
You're generating.
You're generating
a lot of energy.
Yes. And so you're putting your body, your heart rate goes up.
Sure.
You start tensing up. You're
Right.
putting your body through that. So then in that sense, doesn't the past exist? Your body thinks it does because your blood pressure is going up, your heart's going. So people, when they're in therapy and they're reliving their past like this, yeah, we got to, figure out how we can move beyond it. Maybe that's why I'm OCD, or maybe that's why I'm, whatever cause it may be, but we can do better than that, right? Since your body reacts to these emotions from what happened, quote unquote, it's not happening now, but it happened. Then couldn't we just change, like Neville was saying, if we can revise the experience in our minds,
Imagine a different
outcome,
scenario and outcome.
and then your body won't be put through that trauma again. Then, and only then, is it then changed. So if you were in a car accident, or let's take my example, the fourth grade teacher. Well, lately I've been going in my meditations, and I've been using my imagination, because I can remember what perfume her smelled like, the whole thing, like I told you. And
Yeah.
I go in there now, and she doesn't hold me back. I go out for recess. And if I lag with, the other kids leave and I lag, she says something nice to me now. Now she doesn't get in my face. Now she doesn't do any of these things in my imagination. I'm redoing the entire thing. And in that, when I do that, not only is that's forgiving her, just the intention that I'm having, I'm actually taking time out of my precious life. And I'm
Right.
going into my imagination, and I am
forgiving
her by changing it completely. So now when I bring it, I just brought it up right now, right? I brought up the story. My body, I'm not going through that trauma like I would before. I'm not, my voice inflections aren't sad. I'm really upbeat. Why? Because and it takes consistency. It's not like you do it once and it changes. You do it as many times as you need to do it.
For it to actually
until
change the effect
yes,
it's having
on your body and your mind. Right.
Sure.
Right.
So it could be, maybe 2 or 3 times. If it was really traumatizing, obviously like this sounds like it was, maybe it takes 20, 30, 40 times.
Exactly. And if I think of the event, sure, I got to do it a few more times, but sure, I still know what happened, but I also have a new memory that I've just compacted with it. I've just melded with it. What's that new memory? That new memory is me going in and using my imagination and changing it. So now that story of the past has what happened and what I wish would have happened, what happened in my new imagination. So now my body's not nearly as traumatized because I've already made the effort to go in and change how I want to feel about it by changing the way it happened. So for instance, if I were to go tell somebody that story right now, or I just told the show, right? So, but I wasn't sad about it. I wasn't as downtrodden about it as I would have been if I hadn't.
You certainly weren't malding or getting angry at all.
Right.
Like there was no change in your complexion.
Exactly. Whereas before I would.
Very chill.
Okay, good. So it's working.
Right.
So I've already started changing how my body reacts to that memory.
Yeah.
And so, if you, you didn't have a dad in the house, right? So that may affect you a certain way, but if you imagine that you did, or you imagine you had a relationship with him, and, then now your body's not going to have that same reaction. And now you've changed the past, because the past only exists within our mind and how our body reacts to our memories. Mm-hmm. Well, if you can change that, isn't that changing the past? Absolutely. Because the past only exists in your mind and how your body reacts to it. Right now. Right?
Sure.
So you change that in your imagination, boom, it changes the reaction. Even, and sure, it may take 40 times, it may take 20.
You just did it.
Right. And
I just saw you do it.
And I already have another memory to put on top of that old one, until pretty soon, I'm going to do it again tonight when I go to bed. Pretty soon the old memory is going to be gone and be like, you know what? That didn't happen, because in my imagination, I have changed it. And now my body has accepted the change. And now it's revised. And now it's revised. Right? So that's how you can conceptualize this idea that the past, the present, and the future exist always right now.
They're
'Cause
linked.
Yes, because it exists through you and how
your
your body
feelings
reacts.
and your
And
emotions.
yes. And because if you think about the future right now, you
Mm-hmm.
can think about a bad future or a good future. And then your body will react and your emotions will start reacting, right?
Yeah.
That's
for
how the
sure.
future exists right now. Through you. Everything is through you. And so you're a time traveler with your thoughts, with your mind right now. You think about the future, right? You think about your bank account. You think about how much gas you have in your car. Will I make it to work tomorrow and this and that? That's the future. And your body's already reacting to it.
Or the past.
Right, or the past. And your body's already
Man, I
reacting
really
to
screwed
it.
up last week at work. I didn't get
I'm
that
screwed next week,
promotion.
bro.
Like, yeah.
You know, because
Really
why are you
me
screwed
for the
next
month.
week? And
I
you're
missed
already
these deals. And
Meanwhile-
now I'm
right. Meanwhile, it's not even next week, which you said you're going to be screwed.
Yeah.
You're already screwing yourself right now,
right.
and let alone next week when it comes to.
Yeah.
It's just boom, boom,
You're
boom, boom,
screwing
boom.
everything.
Yeah, right.
Why not change that?
Yeah, you can change it. You can change it. And the other thing is like, you know, this traumatic thing happened to you. Okay, why wouldn't you want to change it? You know, a lot of people kind of grab onto this thing like, this happened to me.
Yeah, it's hard to let go.
This happened to me. Okay. But is it serving you? No.
What's it doing for you
I have
now?
anger management issues. I have this, I have that, blah, blah, blah. So then let's let it go. I can't let it go. It happened, but it's not happening right now. So it happened, quote unquote. That's in the person's mind, and they won't let it go. So maybe they can let it go if they revise it. But you'd have to get rid of jealousy and anger and all these other things. Like I want to punch her. I wanted to punch her in the face. You know what I mean? Like I wish I could go back and like dress her down verbally. You know what I mean? Before I started this journey,
Sure.
I wanted to do these type of things. But now, no, that's not going to serve anybody. But,
Well,
but
yeah,
in order to want to revise it, you're going to go ahead.
Yeah, well, you would obviously be one. I don't know. You'd have to want to get rid of these resentments,
Right.
you know, and holding on to them, especially something like that. It's not going to serve any purpose of anything good. You know, you'd have to be willing.
Yeah, and you know, you don't want to be when you're in that mindset. You don't want to be willing because it's not. And this is the thing, it's not fair. You know, that's the one that I always hung on to. Well, it's not fair. Why would I want to forgive? Why would I want to go in and revise what she did? That would give her an out.
Right. Well, that's just your ego.
Right, but it all takes place within
It's
me,
not
right?
fair. She doesn't deserve that.
Right.
What she did to me.
Yeah. What am I doing here? I'm just on that cross forever.
Right.
I'm just crucifying myself because, you know, I'm a martyr and I just want to, I'm a victim. I was messed with when I was, you know,
Yeah.
in fourth grade. Why do I know, you know, I get where they're coming from when people want to hold on to these resentments and these judgments and this hatred because they were done wrong as a child, but it doesn't serve us right now. So why wouldn't you want to change it? You can
Right.
change it by going and using your imagination, even just one time. Now, whenever the thought comes back, whenever those memories come back, you'll also have an additional memory that you changed it within your imagination. And then when you change your imagination 20 times, 30 times, 100 times, 200 times, pretty soon that's going to see what it's doing. You're just knocking that past out. You're knocking it out with the new past.
Every
The way
time.
it should have gone every time until
Pretty
your body
soon
is
it just doesn't exist.
yeah, right. Well, what does exist is what the way it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
And that possibility exists too. There is another timeline where she wasn't that way.
Of course.
So why am I not just
in
using,
that timeline?
Yeah, right. Why am I
just
not
gonna
in that
go to
time?
that
I'm going to go to
timeline.
that timeline, right?
For
And how do I
sure.
do that? By imagining it happen, because it did happen somewhere, as Einstein has shown us that all possibilities exist at all times. So it's not just you pretending. You know, a lot of times the word imagination gets a bum rap, you know, because you think of it as a child when you're a kid, even though we're supposed to have childlike mind. But you think of it as a kid playing with dolls or something. It's like, no.
Yeah.
No, in your imagination,
You can do anything.
You can do it, but also, when you think of the past, aren't you using your imagination to relive the past and tell the story? Mm-hmm. In order to tell a story, you have to use your imagination. You have to use your mind to recall what happened, right? And then sometimes but you can't recall it exactly. So if you have to add in different points, isn't that using imagination? Of course it is. Remembering the past is using imagination.
This has to be some form of like cognitive behavioral therapy or something, changing the way you think. I've never actually attempted that.
Yeah.
Changing
it's a lot of fun
the
too.
way I think about the past,
Right.
obviously, but especially since we've started doing this show, it's really doing it in the now has really helped me. Why wouldn't this help me?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is another step. It's another step for loving your neighbor and loving yourself.
How long have you been doing it?
Well, it really started doing in August, last week of July into August. I've been going in and just revising the past because I was hitting some walls where, I made all this progress on this spiritual progress. And then I started, hitting some walls. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, what am I missing here? What's going on? And it was that I thought you can transcend the present. You can transcend how the world's coming at you. That's that
immediately.
Part, that part came with the download.
Sure.
But how I think of my past, I just thought I'm beyond my past. I didn't think that my past can hold on to me still. Right, and it can. Right. And it can. In the sense of you still believe those things happened, and your belief is the most powerful commodity you have, right?
Yeah.
You believe that you were slighted. You believe that you were mistreated as a child by this teacher. And I mean, there's more examples than that, but I don't have to believe because it's not happening right now. So why do I believe it? I don't need to believe it anymore. It doesn't serve me to believe it. It doesn't serve me to remember it that way. It doesn't serve her either. I can't love my neighbor. I can't love her.
And you know what? By doing that, a lot of this is judging that person, judging yourself and the resentments you have. If you can just, leave it at the altar.
Leave it at the altar.
That's what it says,
Right.
So going back and imagining this change, you're leaving that.
You know what? Pull up that, that's great. That's exactly that. That's a dovetail. Pull up that verse. Cause that's huge right now. That's exactly that's what he means.
It's in Matthew.
He must mean that. If you have anything against your neighbor, leave your manifestation, your wish, your prayer at the altar and go make it better with him or her first. Otherwise, we can't move forward.
Yeah. It's Matthew 5:24.
Okay, read it for us. Just New Living.
Leave your gift there in front of the altar. First go and be reconciled to them. Then come and offer your gift.
Boom, there it is. See, I was hitting a wall. What was it? I wasn't reconciling.
Right.
And you got to reconcile them all. Neville goes on.
When I first read this, bro, I was like, how am I supposed to even reconcile with these people that I have from 30 years ago?
Yeah, you don't have their number. You don't barely remember their name.
Or the teacher that died. Who knows?
Right.
These people that have passed and moved on. How do I even find them? That's how.
This is how.
That's how.
You change the past.
That's it.
You change the past. This is how you do it. And what did Neville call it? Revise.
Revision.
Yeah, revision.
Revision into I don't know. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. You revise the past. You change it. Right. And that's what that. Now read that verse again. This all dovetails perfectly, Tim.
Leave your gift there in front of the altar. First go and be reconciled to them. Then come and offer your gift.
Yes. And we were thinking, just forgive people. Just forgive but You can say I forgive. I can say all day I forgive my 4th grade teacher, right?
Sure.
But what am I really doing to forgive her other than saying it and then I'm releasing it in my heart? Sure. But I still know what she did. So is that truly forgiving her? Why don't I go back in my imagination, in my meditation?
That's how you do it.
Right. And change it where she doesn't do that. Instead, she does something awesome. That's how you reconcile. That's true forgiveness.
It is.
Oh, dude. This is, you know what? This was a good episode.
That was really good.
Thanks for listening, guys. Purple Pill Show. Sorry it's been so long. We've got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, but, it was a dub.
It was.
It was a dub. We're taking dubs.
Yeah.
We're doing it, and we're getting it done.
We keep it doing it.
We're going to.
All right. We'll come at you again soon, you guys. We love you. Keep fighting the good fight and go back and change everything that has happened to you in your imagination. See you next time.
Later.
Bye-bye.